Really quiet actually. A lot of time at home, doing the normal stuff, school runs, giving Alex a touch with the 4 kids. So yeah, really quiet. I had a day in London, which was nice. Always nice to visit the capital for a nice little day away alone with me and my wife. That was it really.
It's a rare break in a busy season, isn't it? Is it important actually to get a bit of downtime once in a while?
It is nice actually. Obviously the form we were in, there's one part of you thinking we want to just continue to play because we're in good form and the players are playing well, but at the same time it is important to, when your rest comes around, for myself and my staff and the non-international lads, it's important to use it in the right way. And it's really nice for us to sit at home and watch all these lads continue to work really, really hard.
What did, obviously Ryan got a couple of games for Scotland over the break, what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought, I watched both games. I thought against Cyprus, he was finding his way back into the international setup, getting used to the players around him, if you like. I think it was his first start under Steve Clarke, so I think Ryan's performance looked to me like he was adapting to everyone around him. In the second game I thought he was outstanding and showed the form that he's been in for us for an awful long time, and I'm sure he's give Steve Clarke something to think about, because I thought that midfield 3, just to prove that I'm not biased, I thought McGregor, Jack and John McGinn were outstanding as a threesome.
Did you have heart and mouth a wee bit when they get that kick in the knee towards the end?
Sorry?
Did you have heart and mouth a wee bit when they get the kick in the knee towards the end, did you?
No, not at all. That's Jacko's Jacko. I know what Jacko's about. Jacko will run through that wall if you asked him. He's hungry, he's desperate to play football. He's almost impossible to leave out and rest and offload, because he gives you that type of look which says I don't want that. I think he's missed enough football over the years. He knows he's in a great place, and when you have that feeling as a player, you just want to continue to play.
Is everyone come back from the internationals unscathed?
Yes, we've had some luck in that department. Everyone's fine. We've got a full fit squad. So Jordan Jones has joined us the last couple of days. Everyone across the board is fitting well. We're just waiting for Alfredo to return. He'll be tomorrow. So
I suppose that's all your fear with international, when you're playing so well, you're like, you've got to just cross your fingers that you'll come back in one piece.
Yeah, you do. Listen, we're very proud to let our players go, and I love nothing better to see my lads get called up and represent the countries. It's something I experienced myself, and some of the best memories I had as a player was representing my country, so it's fantastic to let them go and play for the countries. But in my shoes, of course, you're always watching and you're waiting for the emails to land to make sure that they're available for the next game.
Scotland's found out today that they'll play the playoff semi-final. Given that it's been so long since Scotland made it to a tournament, do you think everything should be done to help the national team if it means moving fixtures?
Well, look, I think I represent this club in this country, so for me, I give it the support I need to give it. I certainly won't be standing in the way, but we don't make them decisions. Obviously, it'll be down to the SFA and stuff, but we'll go with the flow, and if it means us skipping a game or adjusting a game, we'll do everything we can to support. That's what you've got to do.
Stephen, this is a question for you and Philippe. You've got 3 boys, I think, that are through to the Euros. Philippe, Borna and Glenn, what do you think that means for these players for the rest of the season? And for you, Philippe, how big an achievement is that for you to be part of the squad?
Oh well, it's always, you're always proud to represent your country, and it's going to be, hopefully if I get selected in the final squad, it's going to be an amazing experience. So but during the season it doesn't change really anything. You know, we don't have the next time with the national team until March, so you know, all focus is going to be here. So well, doesn't make any difference.
Can I ask what your national team manager has made of your performances here? What has he said to you about your time at Rangers?
Well, he was surprised that I started to score a few goals, but no, he liked what he has seen, so and just he's happy that I got to play a lot of games.
I think first of all, congratulations to all the boys that have qualified. I think it's fantastic for them from a personal point of view, and I think it's the pinnacle of all players' careers to go and represent your country in a major tournament. Of course it is, but I'm sure all the national team managers will back me up here. It's important that they stay healthy and continue to find consistency within the games and keep pushing for a place in the last, 22, 23 players that get selected, because if you think you're going to be an automatic choice and you can come off the gas and that type of stuff, you could find you miss out on the squad, because I'm sure there's an awful lot of players wanting to push and go and sample that experience, as well as the lads that have just been involved in these qualifiers.
From your experience as a player, when you had a big tournament at the end of the season to look forward to, did that give you that extra spot playing through the remainder of the season?
Well, you're always playing for a place in the 23 and you're always wanting to be in the 11. For me, the focus was never the 23. It was always my national team manager could be watching me either in the stadium or he could be at home watching this game, and I want to show to him that I'm one of the best midfielders in the country and I want to be in his 11. That was always my way of facing it. And you know, Phil's got some real important games coming up, not just in this block, but from now till March and then beyond to May, where he can really show as national team manager that, you know, he's one of the best centre halves in Sweden, and he deserves a place in the final 23, and that goes for Glenn and the other lads that have qualified.
Obviously spoken a lot this season about Alfredo, but what do you think about him getting his first international goal?
Yeah, we're very pleased for him. I think from our point of view it was only a matter of time. I think the form he's in, not just the talent and the ability to score goals, I think his all-round game and his behaviour has certainly improved. We know if we can keep him in this moment, we knew it was only going to be a matter of time before A, he'd get called up, 2, he'd get an opportunity, and 3, he'd score a goal, because that's what he does.
There's been question marks over in terms of scoring big games, but one by one he's starting to take these things off, isn't he?
Yeah, I think people forget he's still 22. His numbers speak for themselves. He's box office, and that's the reason why everyone talks about him and questions him and sets him the next challenge. But I've got no doubt he'll continue to answer all the questions that come his way. If he stays focused, if he keeps living for the game, I've got no doubt that he'll continue to break many records.
You say he's not due back until tomorrow. Does that perhaps put his place for Sunday's game in down, just with the challenge?
I'm not telling you my team against Hamilton, but good try.
Stephen, in terms of Glenn, there was a report that suggested that perhaps the club was looking to speak to him about a new deal over apparent interest from down south. Can you offer any clarity on that?
We haven't heard of any interest down south. We've read tons about it. We haven't heard about that interest. Glenn's doing fine. Glenn got a real good, strong contract here when he came from Dundee, and we pounced for him nice and early to make sure he got here 6 months in advance. So he's got a real strong, healthy contract. He's in good form. He's playing well. But the message for Glenn and the other players out there is we always reward our players for consistent performances over a long period of time, and Glenn will be treated no different. So all the players need to continue to win football matches and try and do everything they can to bring success back to the club, and then they won't have to worry about contracts. I'm sure they'll get well looked after.
Has he been pleased with the way he's been playing, particularly off late?
Glenn Kamara, he's been outstanding since he walked in the door. He's still young as well, of course. He's going to have days where he's not 9, 10 out of 10, of course. He's a human being, but I've been absolutely delighted with Glenn Kamara since he come in the door, and sometimes I still have to pinch myself to realise that we got that player for how we did and what we got him for.
Has there been interest from abroad? You said nothing from down south, because he's obviously shown for Finland on the European stage.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's interest in Glenn Kamara across the board, because he's an outstanding footballer who's been schooled unbelievably well at Arsenal. I'd say he's probably jumped ship. People will have their own opinion on whether it was too soon or whether he should have stayed at Arsenal or blah blah, but he wanted to go and play, and fair play to him. He's gone to Dundee. Neil McCann's done an excellent job with him there. Give him the opportunity to play regularly in a first team for 3 important points with a crowd behind them, and then thankfully we've come in at the right time and got him at a steal.
Steve, when do you think Jordan Jones will be back then?
He's back now in terms of full training. He's missed 11 weeks, which is probably a couple of weeks longer than we originally thought. I think that's been a real frustrating one for the player himself, for me. But I'm delighted to have him back. His first session yesterday, I think he trained on adrenaline and excitement, and he was outstanding. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of sessions he finds it tough. But I predict he'll be available for selection in probably 10 days' time, maybe, when he's had a full strong week under his belt, and then he'll be available for selection.
Given the run of fixtures you're going to have before the winter break, I mean, it's good to have so many options for you.
Yeah, it's great to have a fully fit squad. Obviously, we need to continue to look after the players. You know, there's some really interesting fixtures in this next block up to Christmas and beyond. But it's exciting. I mean, the players have earned this by going on a run in the League Cup and performing ever so well in the Europa League and taking it down to the final 2 games. The players have earned the chance to have such an exciting block, and we're all really looking forward to it. But for me, the message to the players has to be the next game, and it's Hamilton away in the league, 3 very important points, and our total focus is on that.
You seem to have a bit of a selection crisis. I think we've 7 or 8 guys perhaps out for Sunday's game, but I suppose you don't underestimate them.
Never underestimate anyone. I think it's always important to show respect. I've got a lot of respect for Brian as a coach. So yeah, we don't focus on the opposition. We obviously prepare like we always do for the best Hamilton, and the cameras are there for a lot of their players. It's a big fixture, Rangers coming to town, so they've had a good few weeks to prepare for this game, so we always prepare for the best Hamilton.
Stephen, I appreciate your concentration all on Sunday's game, but can I check, have your paths ever crossed with Dick Advocat, and how do you sum up this one on Thursday?
I'm not sure. I can't think they have. Maybe at international, maybe, I'm not sure. You'll have to dig as deep. My memory's not really good. But he's certainly somebody who I've looked at from afar, a lot of admiration for. Obviously done a fantastic job here, and it'll be a test, it'll be a challenge, it'll be different from Jaap Stam because he plays different, of course, and it's a fixture that we're really looking forward to. But as I say, we've got work to do before we set off for Rotterdam.
And Filip, one final question to you, just again back to the international scene. Do you feel that your decision to leave Italy to come to Scotland has been vindicated? The manager has 4 defenders to choose from. You seem to have taken one of those slots. You're scoring the goals, and you're in the international squad as well. Does that justify your decision to make the move?
Well, I was quite happy to come here straight from the start. That's why I choose to come here as well, because I thought it was going to be a good opportunity for me, and it has been. I think all the people around the club have been treating me very well, and of course when you're in a team that's winning, it's always a lot easier.